I'm male 32, met my wife 3 years ago. We got married 9 months ago. We have a baby boy that she got pregnant with while we were engaged. My wife used to be an escort. No judgment. She did what she had to do to survive. My parents were always being skeptical about her, and they often asked if I wanted to settle down with her. When she got pregnant, they went nuts and demanded a DNA test. Then they refused to attend the wedding till the DNA test was done, which caused a huge problem. They ended up missing the wedding, obviously. The test was done because my wife wanted to prove a point, and eventually my parents made amends, and we reconciled. They started visiting and noticed the photo of the DNA test that I hung in the living room yesterday. They asked about it, and I told them that it served as a reminder of why they didn't attend my wedding. They were stunned and livid, and then I mentioned that I'd tell any guest the same thing I told them. Mom and Dad were mad and repeatedly asked me to take it down, saying I was being too harsh on them, refusing to let go of the past, and embarrassing them to the other family members. I refused to take it down, and I admit to being sarcastic in my response, saying, "It goes with the house decor." They begged and then refused to come over anymore until I removed it. My brother thinks it's petty and childish and said I should take it down. My wife doesn't mind having the photo up. She laughs about it sometimes, but still carries some hurt caused by what happened. So, am I the idiot for having the image of the DNA test hanging in my living room, as it makes my parents uncomfortable? You're refusing to let go of the past. A bit rich coming from the parents who demanded a DNA test because they couldn't let go of your wife's past. It's funny how that only works when it's in favor of them, but not when they're asked to let go of the fact that your wife did what she had to do to survive. Not the idiot. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Make sure to make them a framed copy for Christmas. I also find it hilarious that they refused to go to the wedding and ended up with egg on their faces because of it. And now they're doing the same thing by refusing to go back to the house, obviously not having learned any lessons. OP should call their bluff. Then they'll only have themselves to blame when they never see their grandkids. Eventually, my parents made amends, and we reconciled. No, you haven't. You're still holding a grudge, which would be perfectly fine if you didn't baldly state the above. It is a total idiot move to tell someone that you're cool, forgive them, and then rub the bad behavior in their face over and over again. Either you forgive them and have agreed to move on, or you haven't. But this passive-aggressive stunt of hanging the DNA test is just gross. Not to mention that your kid will be old enough to ask about it someday. And then how will you explain it? Is this the road you want to go down to continue punishing people you've admitted to forgiving? You are the idiot. Pick a lane, bud. Forgive and move on, or drop the rope. Why not do mom and dad's DNA test and hang them all together and learn about DNA as a science topic? These parts are the same. These are different. You are part mom and part dad and all you. Elevate the petty into stabbing the grandparents in the eyeballs petty level and giving the kid a STEM lesson simultaneously. When? They tell them to let go of the past, yet they don't realize their whole problem started because they couldn't let go of her past. So they did it to themselves. I, 17 male, live with my father, his wife, and my half-sister, Molly. My parents were going through a divorce when Molly was born. My father had been caught cheating. Mom found out about it and kicked him out, just as it came to light that the other woman was pregnant. Then I lost my mom less than 4 months later. I was only 7 at the time, but not dumb, so I knew what my father had been up to. At least I knew he'd done something bad and didn't quite understand as much. The divorce hadn't finalized or anything when my mom died, so they saw it as a positive that they could get married quicker. My father and his wife told me that we'd be a happy family and that things would be okay. I told them that I knew they were bad and that I wanted to be somewhere else. That was the wrong thing to say because my husband's wife decided she would stop at nothing to win me over, and my father and her attempted to convince me that what they had done was a good thing and hurt nobody. I was about 10 or 11 when I realized calling him my father instead of dad annoyed him. It took a bit longer to realize it sounded colder and less close, so I switched it to using it exclusively. It became a sore point. He hated it. His wife hated being called by her first name and being referred to as my father's wife. They also hated that I always called Molly my half-sister. Molly's been told repeatedly that we share both parents with each other. She's been told that we're full siblings. She's asked so many times in the last 2 or 3 years why I call Mom by her name and why I don't talk to her like other kids talk to their moms. I told my father and his wife that they needed to tell her. They said she knows the truth, and I'm the person who doesn't. They said that one day I will regret the walls that I put up, and they'll always be there. When it never let up with Molly, I told them that if they didn't tell her, I would. So when she brought it up to me last week, I told her that her mom had never been my mother, that we shared a father, but my mom had died when I was 7, and her mom was just the woman my father married. She ended up turning her questions on them, at which point they went nuts at me and told me I had no right. Then they told Molly her mom had always wanted to be my mom too, but I rejected her, which sent her back to me with so many questions. And then she got upset because I told her I didn't want her mom to be my mother. She got put in the middle, and part of the reason it got so bad is because I told her the truth. I already know what her parents think. Am I the idiot though? Not the idiot. Love can't be forced, and they shouldn't have tried. They also lied to their daughter and put you in an awful position. It looks like they never respected your feelings or opinions. They're lucky you're as nice as you are, OP. If they keep pushing, tell your little sister exactly how they got together, including her mother sleeping with your father while he was still married to your mother. If they don't stop pushing, scorch the earth. Can you move in with your grandparents? Also, was your mom's will executed properly? Ideally, she'd have left everything to you. If not, since the divorce was in the process, there would probably be legal grounds for you to be the sole inheritor. Bringing this up, as it sounds like you may go no contact after your 18th B-Day and may need means to support yourself. You don't have to lie for the sake of your father and stepmother. They knew how bad they looked and deliberately lied to their daughter. They're very much a matching pair of idiots. They caused, quite literally, this entire situation and compounded it by demanding that you lie to cover for them, meaning Molly wouldn't have a single person in her family she could trust if you did that. You're 100% in the right, and the adults you live with, wow, just be there for Molly and keep in touch with her once you're gone and away. I can never believe that so many people think their secret will never come out. Not only are they idiots, but they're so dumb. My female 25, brother Mike 29, started dating Grace 30 in high school, and their relationship has been on and off. They will officially date for a few months, break up, get back together, and so on for the past 10 years. Even while broken up, they'll still do everything together, like come to family events, Christmas, go on vacations, etc. However, they both date other people during their breakups. Their relationship is the textbook definition of it's complicated. Grace and I are extremely close, as I've known her for so long, and she feels like a sister to me. My fiance, 28, and I are getting married in July 2023. Grace and Mike broke up again 3 months ago. Mike has been dating a new girl, Sarah, 28, for 2 months. I really want Grace to be a bridesmaid in my wedding, since she's one of my closest friends, and my bridal party would feel incomplete without her. I talked to Grace and Mike about it individually, and they're both really excited about her being a bridesmaid. Mike told me he'll bring Sarah as his +1 if they're still together by then. His own words. Everybody's cool with this arrangement except for Sarah. I've never met Sarah because we just haven't been introduced yet, but I had nothing against her until this. She found me on Facebook and sent me a message. She was furious. She said that having Grace as a bridesmaid would be in poor taste, and it would send the wrong message since Sarah herself is reduced to nothing but Mike's +1. She said it seems like Grace is more part of the family than she is. I pointed out that Grace is my close friend, and Sarah had just started dating Mike. She said since Grace is an ex, then that friendship needs to die. I told her that she had no right to dictate my friendships or wedding choices, since I'd never even spoken to her before this convo. and that being jealous and controlling wasn't a cute look. I told her she'd be lucky to even be a +1 at all, because there's a good chance Mike will dump her before the wedding rolls around. Instead, she bombarded me with messages, calling me a massive witch and saying that I was being selfish for purposefully excluding her in favor of Mike's ex. I screenshotted and sent them to Mike, and he agreed she's just being super jealous, but to ignore it because she'll get over it in time. Friends and family are split. Some agreed that it was a super controlling move on Sarah's part, but others think she has the right to be wary of the situation and that I didn't need to be rude. My fiance agrees that she's super controlling and suggested rescinding her invitation, but ultimately, I care about having my brother there, so he can bring whoever he wants. Plus, I doubt they'll still be together by then. So, am I the idiot for having Grace as a bridesmaid and going off on Sarah like that? She said it seems like Grace is more a part of the family than she is. Yeah, because she is. You are not the idiot. Despite not being together with your brother anymore, she has been, plus she is a close friend of yours. Sarah can't demand you to erase or trump your friendship because she's insecure. How on earth can you possibly consider someone you've been friends with for over a decade more important than me? I started dating your brother 2 months ago, and you and I haven't even met yet. How the heck is she more important than me? By the way, side note, do you like this white dress I picked out to wear to your wedding? Holy crap, is this chick bossy? Based on her brother's comments and the fact that she hasn't even met the couple, it's more like she's been promoted to +1. Sarah needs to end the relationship now because she's looking for long-term and Mike is only looking for short-term. Grace isn't an ex, really. They're still partners after 10 years of at the very least friendship. So, of course, as your friend too, she'll be in the wedding. I, female 23, am renting a 2-bedroom apartment with another girl, Gia, 21 female. Gia has a boyfriend, Mike, 25 male, and he comes over occasionally. I'm the type of person who doesn't much like clothes, so I typically walk around in a fitting tee and shorts, or just my underwear and a tee. Whenever Mike is over, I can see that he's trying very hard not to look at me. I wouldn't mind, but Gia's not so open. Gia approached me one day and asked me if I could at least wear something more than my underwear in common areas because it's making both her and Mike uncomfortable. I said I think Mike was rather enjoying it, and she should stop being such a prude. We're in our 20s. We can all wear what we want, and I'm in my own house. If them being able to see through my t-shirt fabric makes them uncomfortable, they shouldn't look. She called me an idiot. She said that I can wear what I want, but if it makes other people uncomfortable, I should consider that as well and try to find a middle ground. I said the only person who's uncomfortable is her, and Mike's only telling her that so she's not jealous. And if he wants to look, he's very welcome to. I admit he is rather cute, and if she can't handle her men looking at other women, perhaps she shouldn't be in a relationship. She called me an idiot and went to her room. Here's the problem. Her father owns the apartment I'm renting on a monthly basis, and I've only been here a few weeks. I got an email telling me that our contract is terminated and giving me 30 days to leave the premises. I am furious. She went to snitch to Daddy, and now I don't have a place to stay because she's a jealous prude. I was venting to my friends and checking if I could move in with any of them, and they're split on the matter. Some say I was the idiot for purposefully wearing very little clothes to try and steal him from her. Guilty as charged. But some agree with me, saying that if he was faithful, he wouldn't cheat, even if I walked around naked. So my friends and I can't agree on who's the idiot, Gia or me. So, a neutral opinion. Am I the idiot for purposefully wearing very little clothes around my housemate and her boyfriend? Sorry, I love karma. Obviously, you are the idiot. Welcome to the consequences of your own actions. You messed around and found out. What a pick-me girl. Grow up. I'm surprised you have friends. You're only doing it for attention. For real, no wonder none of her other friends are offering her a place to stay. This is hilarious, though. No one in their right minds will want to live with you, OP. You admit you did it on purpose, not just because you feel uncomfortable wearing clothes in your own home or whatever. You tried to flirt with, steal her boyfriend, and she didn't like it. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. It is also likely Mike is trying hard not to look because he actually is uncomfortable and he's trying to actually avoid you. She's not asking you to wear a winter coat inside. She's asking you to put on some pants, which is common courtesy when sharing a place with other people. Even if your little ruse would have worked, you would have ended up homeless anyway. Or do you think she'd be happy her ex and her roommate will be together in her apartment? You are the idiot, and not a very smart one. From elementary school to high school, my best friend was a girl named Ariana. In high school, this group of kids severely bullied me. Ariana knew about the group of bullies, but ended up joining them since she also wanted to become popular and get close to a guy in the group. It sucked, but I moved on and haven't seen Ariana since high school. My current life is pretty successful, at least by societal standards, which is probably why Ariana reached out to me through social media. She apologized to me for the bullying in high school. She explained that she needed help because she was leaving a bad relationship and needed somewhere to stay and money for a hotel until she could figure out permanent housing. I told Ariana that I was open to talking again through social media, but I wasn't comfortable giving her money or having her move in since we haven't talked in years. Ariana accused me of still being mad over what happened in high school and holding it against her. I told Ariana I forgave her for the bullying and wasn't angry anymore, but it's ridiculous to have her move in or send money when we haven't talked in like 7 years. A few family members who know Ariana as my friend before high school said that I was wrong for not helping Ariana. They said that popularity could seem like everything in high school, and even though Ariana caved to the peer pressure, she was sorry enough to reach out to me and apologize, and that I'm cruel for not helping her when she's trying to get out of a bad relationship, and that I'm more than capable of helping. I understand high schoolers can do bad things out of peer pressure, and I forgave Ariana for the bullying. I also acknowledge that leaving a bad relationship is tough, but it's ridiculous for Ariana to move in or expect money from me when we haven't even talked in years. Am I the idiot? She was sorry enough to reach out to me and apologize. No, she was desperate enough to reach out and apologize because she wanted something. The fact that she reached out to someone she hasn't spoken to in 7 years most likely means no one else wants to deal with her. You are not the idiot. I can't believe OP is here asking if they are the idiot. They must be much nicer than me. It wouldn't even occur to me to worry if I was being mean to a former bully. I'd be like, LOL, sucks to suck. Sorry you peaked in middle school, loser. And then buy myself something expensive and send the picture of it. OP, she's not a friend. She's trying to use you. She surfed every couch and burned every last bridge. She's a stranger to you at this point. Why would you move a stranger into your home or hand them hundreds or thousands of dollars? The people telling you you're an idiot are free to move her into their home and give her their money. You can even DM her their phone numbers to help facilitate that.